She had only taken her first bite when the laughter behind her stopped. The cafeteria at Fort Hollow had always been noisy. Trays clattering, boots scraping, stories bouncing off concrete walls. But when silence fell, it carried a weight that made every heartbeat echo. Captain Elena Torres looked up, still chewing, when she saw 3 young cadets standing over her table. One of them, barely 20, held a pistol level with her forehead, trembling but loaded. "Get up," he said. "You don't belong here anymore. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Elena's spoon slipped from her fingers, landing in her soup with a quiet splash. Around them, soldiers froze mid-bite, eyes flicking from her to the weapon. The hum of the air vents filled the silence like a warning. The cadet's voice cracked. "Your food, Captain. We're done watching you eat like you own the place." They didn't know, or maybe they did, who she really was. The quiet woman who ate alone, never raised her voice, never boasted of medals or scars. But the walls of Fort Hollow remembered her. So did the sand where she once dragged her wounded squad to safety. Her gaze didn't waver. She didn't reach for her weapon or her badge. Instead, she reached for the tray, slowly, and pushed it across the table. "If you're that hungry," she said softly, "take it." The cafeteria buzzed again, whispers rippling like wind through dry leaves. No one had ever seen a commanding officer surrender to disrespect. Some thought she was afraid. Others thought she was testing them. But Elena? She was watching. Measuring. The cadet snatched the tray, smirking, trying to hide the tremor in his hand. The gun still pointed at her chest. "Guess legends are overrated," he muttered. The words hung there, daring her to respond. Elena stood. Her chair scraped the floor, slow, deliberate. She stepped closer, until the barrel nearly touched her uniform. Then she looked him in the eye and said, "You ever hold a gun to a starving child?" He blinked. Confusion flickered across his face. "What? That's what you remind me of," she whispered. Fear pretending to be power. The cafeteria doors swung open. Lieutenant Brooks burst in with 2 MPs, alerted by the sudden hush over the intercom. In seconds, the cadet was disarmed and forced to the ground. But Elena raised a hand. "No one touches him." Her voice was calm, but carried the kind of authority that silences chaos. Even the MPs hesitated. She turned to the cadet who was now shaking, humiliated. "You think strength is about taking what isn't yours. But strength," she said, "is control when everything inside you screams to fight." The following day, word spread through the base faster than any official report. Some called her a coward, others called her wise. But by evening, when the cadet stood before the disciplinary board, something unexpected happened. He asked to speak. He told them she could have broken him that day. Instead, she gave him something he'd never had before: mercy. He'd lost his family to war, joined the academy with anger as his fuel, and saw authority as the enemy. "She didn't fight back," he said. "And that broke me in a way bullets never could." The base was silent as he finished. Even the walls seemed to listen. That night, Elena sat alone again in the cafeteria. A tray slid onto her table. It was him, the same cadet, eyes lowered, hands steady this time. "Permission to join you, ma'am." For a long moment she said nothing. Then she smiled faintly and nodded. "Granted." The hum of conversation rose again, not from mockery, but respect. Because true strength isn't in the gun you hold. It's in the peace you choose when the world expects violence. And sometimes, mercy is the loudest command a soldier can give.